What's up, guys? Like I was saying, this is going to be the first video, so it's going to be a pretty much an introduction video on the project itself, on what I got plans and where I'm at right now. Finally got all of my K-Series stuff over to the storage unit. Got the motor on the stand, it's all torn apart. Bearings are ordered a couple nights ago, so they will be here sometime next week, I believe Wednesday. Ordered some ACL race bearings, main end rods with new thrush washers. Also ordered my solid mounts for the K-swap, the T-bracket and all. Ordered them through Hassport, brand new, because I've always been a Hassport supporter. They make great product. Never had an issue out of their bushings or anything like that. Got all the head and stuff over here, all separated, all torn down, ready for new head gasket, head studs. Went ahead and checked out the springs and retainers. Everything looks all good shape and everything. Got brand new studs in for the intake manifold. Probably gonna go ahead and replace the studs for the exhaust side as well. I got a couple missing whenever I got the swap, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace those. Gotta get some Honda Bond so I can reseal everything back up, because that's what I've read of. Everybody uses Honda Bond over the RVT itself. I guess it holds up a lot better. It's probably a little bit more expensive, but you get what you pay for. As far as the bay itself, I wouldn't say that I've got pretty far into it, because I got quite a bit to go. As you can see, I've been sanding a little bit, trying to take some paint down, fix some imperfections. Right in here, I had blocks upper control arms, and when I had those and I was running them, the bushings ended up taking a crap on me. They were shot, and it started hitting the top of the strut tower. As you can see, it started busting it all out. So I gotta go back and fix all that. A couple things I was really picky on that was bothering me, so I figured in the process of doing this K-swap be a great time to go ahead and tackle that, knock it out, fix a couple things to make me a little bit more happier whenever I got to put the motor in. Probably going to drop the subframe, get it out of the way. That way it's less that I got to worry about getting paint over top. Doing it the right way, might as well. Still got to pull the brake booster, the clutch master reservoir, clutch slave cylinder. Got to get all that out of the way. Tape up my brake lines, which actually run into the engine bay. Brake lines are tucked, they run through. They're actually under the dash. Everything else on the inside, I know I've posted pictures on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. If you can see it, everything's pretty much gutted out. Just got nothing in it. Trying to get it all ready get a cage welded in. I'm still looking around on that, getting prices, quotes on different people, getting ideas, doing researching on exactly how I want the cage to be ran. Everybody's telling me to go ahead and do a 10-point, which I agree. I might as well do the 10-point. But I'm not trying to meet any kind of regulations, rules, or anything like that. So I may end up going with just the 6-point, unless I end up changing my mind, which I'm very undecisive. Here's the other K20. It's the Z3. It's got a fresh crank in it to swap over into my K20, which didn't come with a crank because the pilot bearing from the previous owner said that the bolt holes for the flywheel got egg-shaped. They got walled out because there was no pilot bearing in it. So I was searching around trying to find a crank. Found a couple pre-owned cranks that were in used condition, not knowing what I was going to buy. They were around $300-400. Had a decent amount of miles on them. And then I actually ran across on Facebook Marketplace, kind of local. Found that block that I was just showing you all. Actually bought it for $40. It's got a cracked sleeve. The guy that had it, he was running in a car that he had that was boosted. Stock internals, of course, the internals are still in it. Stock sleeves, no block guard, nothing. He ended up cracking the sleeve. It was around a little over 600 horse, and he was letting the motor go. He decided to jump up to a J series, so I went and drove a couple hours up north of me. I went and picked up this block for $40. Spent more than in gas, but I decided it was a good deal. I can use the crank. Done the research. It will go over into my K20A2. It's same bore, same stroke compression, everything, same compression ratio. So I went and picked it up. Now I got that. I got my bearings coming in next week, like I was saying. Then the motor, the bottom end will be ready to be reassembled. I had the Type S 6-speed trans, but I made the decision to go turbo, so I've read up on a couple forums. I had a couple buddies tell me that it's best to run the EP3. Or there was another transmission. I think it was the 8th gen SI, or it may have been a TSX 6-speed. But I was told to pick up a EP3 5-speed trans, so I made a deal with a buddy of mine and let him get the 6-speed trans, and while I take his 5-speed EP3. So I got that. It needs to be cleaned up. It's actually got a little bit of surface dust and normal dirt and wear and stuff where it was in the car. So a little bit of oven cleaner and letting it soak. Take a toothbrush, kind of scrub it, clean it right on up, and get it ready for paint, as well as the motor. I'm gonna end up redoing it. Got a couple spots where it doesn't look like it was actually kind of prepped. It was just sprayed, which doesn't bother me. But I'm going to go back and might as well do the motor as well, since I want to do the trans. So that's pretty much about it. I'm looking forward to having the motor and trans itself in the car and first fire up probably mid-summer, maybe beginning of summer. We'll see how it goes. If I run across any kind of deals, start knocking stuff out pretty quick. I did have a single filter catch can. It was mounted right here, and it just had a single line running off of the little breather tube, the little breather section on the valve cover itself. When I was B series, I let a buddy of mine take that while I picked up this dual filter. It's got pretty sure it's a -8, maybe a -6. Yeah, it may be a -6. But I picked up this AEM dual filter catch can, so I will be running it now, which will sit about right in here. So I have it mounted up real nice. I have to make my own brackets for it, if there isn't any out there. I'm sure there is. If not, it won't be nothing to make my own bracket, my mounting bracket. But yeah, I putting in a little bit of work today. I'm gonna go ahead and get the brake booster and all that, and all the master cylinder and everything, get all that out of the way, drop the subframe, and probably drop the suspension in the front, call it quits for the day, and get back to it next week. I will try and post another video up next weekend. Due to me working night shift, I work 12 hours, so I stay busy during the week. I have no life during the week. Yay. So I will get to another video of some more progress. I may make a quick little clip while I'm working on the bay and stuff, getting it prepped and stuff for paint, getting it ready for primer and all that. I'll work on that next weekend and get that uploaded for y'all. Y'all have a great day, and God bless. Peace.